Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are having the best day. I know I am. I am so excited for today's video because, as you guys know, I love rankings. And today's video is the ultimate ranking because I have 6 months of palettes behind me and it is time for the half of the year ranking. I am so excited to get through these and show you guys what the best of the best are. These top 30 were like really hard to pick between. There have been so many freaking fantastic launches this year, but I'm gonna be honest, there have already been more duds this year than there were last year, and I'm excited to tell you about those too. That way, you know, I can kind of save you from getting the trash, you know. We want to get the best of the best, but this isn't just about that. I love talking about eyeshadow palettes. I love ranking them, as you guys know, but I also love swatching them and just getting re-inspired by them and re-excited, and hopefully it inspires you to pull out what you already have in your collection as well. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, this is a really good place to start. But my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe, stick around. I would love to see you down below in the comments. You will see from this ranking most of what I try, if not all of it, is indie brands. I love discovering new brands. They make me just so freaking happy, especially when they're good ones, mostly when they're good ones. But I love trying new ones and just finding brands that just really hit, and it happens all the time. I've already tried a bunch of good ones this year. I did start a series last year talking about the new brands that I discovered, and I do plan on doing the same video at the end of this year, which is why I have been trying to discover more brands as the year goes on. But as you're going to see in this video, I have found some good ones, but there have been some misses too. So let me go ahead and get these pulled forward and we're gonna just go ahead and dive in. I do plan on having swatches of these palettes. I might end up regretting that. Depends on if past Heather saved all the swatches or not. We're gonna find out, because if not, I'm gonna have to re-swatch all the palettes. But let's go ahead and get into it for real this time. So like I said, we have 50 palettes here, and of course this video wouldn't be any fun if we didn't start at the very bottom. So coming in at number 50, we have the Morphe Sci-Fi palette. So this isn't a complete miss, I would say. It's just not indie either. And if you have oily lids, I would probably tell you this might fade on you a bit. So if you do, I would just try to watch some reviews of people who do have a more oily skin type. But as for this one in particular, this one is a no-go for me. The color story just doesn't make any sense. The shimmers in this one aren't my favorite either. I do like the other one I picked up a bit more, but the mattes in here, the pastels, they just are a bit, like, you can see the stuff, like, it's just, it's a no. This shimmer, however, is pretty, but it's not indie pretty either. For drugstore, honestly, it's not bad, but I don't know. It's just a miss for me, which is why it ranked at the bottom. And then coming in at 49, we have the Cyberchrome palette. Now, this one is better than that one, and I had an easier time with these mattes as well. So I do prefer this one more, but when it comes to the shimmers, I spoke about this in my actual monthly ranking. When it comes to the shimmers, if you just put them on dry skin, they're not bad. But if you spray them and wet them, they are actually a lot better. Let me grab a brush. So I'm just going to spray it with some setting spray and swatch it on my hand. That way I'll have to like make the swatch a little bigger so you guys can see it though. So I'll have to do a few times pass. I didn't realize this was a baked formula though when I reviewed it, so I didn't try this. I probably should have read about the palette beforehand, but sometimes I don't always think. I didn't realize that about the Pat McGrath palettes either until you guys told me about it, but do you see the difference? It's like night and day. So if you do pick it up, I recommend just spraying it. Let's try the other one too. And there's that one. And see, it's better than just a regular like dry swatch. And I used it with glitter glue, and I still prefer it better sprayed, and then I would do it on top of glitter glue. Also, if you do pick these up, I would also say to make sure you do your eyes before you do your base, because I did get fallout with these as well. And I would highly recommend a glitter glue, because if not, you will get fallout throughout the day. I'm over here dropping stuff. I'm so sorry, guys. Coming in at number 48, I do have a code with this brand. We have the Nomad America's Route 66 palette. My code with them is AOML. I did buy this one myself, and I broke the palette. So if you get this one, don't flip the lid all the way back, but I'm just so used to being able to do that. So I like this palette, and I actually like the quality of this one a lot. It's just not my favorite color story from them. I've loved a lot of the stuff they've done more, especially the stuff I've tried this year, and even some of the older ones. This just wasn't my favorite. Honestly, I do like that they added these more bright pops in with some of these more muted mattes. I think that's really fun, and the shimmers in here are really beautiful as well. This just wasn't my favorite, like I said. I will show you swatches of these more vibrant shimmers. I really love their shimmer formula. Matte too, but if you know anything about me, you know I am so drawn to anything that shines. But like I said, beautiful quality. And if you need inspiration like for any of these palettes, if you already have them in your collection, I do have videos on all of these. I actually have a playlist for everything I reviewed this year, and it's my 2025 eyeshadow review playlist, and I will link it down below in the description box if you guys are interested in checking that out. Coming in at number 47, I don't even know, I think I posted my video on this, but I can't quite remember, but it is the Blend Bunny plastic palette. So I love this format, and I really hope that she does more 12-pin palettes, and I kind of like the packaging of this. It's a little more like simplified than what we usually see from them, but this one, there's parts about it that I like, and there's parts about it that I don't like. Parts about it I don't like, mostly that, but I don't know. Okay, so the color story for me is a miss. I do like this like really bright section over here. I don't know. I like this color, this shimmer right here. It's really pretty. So to have that shimmer, then these neutrals are kind of necessary in some aspects. I love this. It's so pretty. Let me show you swatches while we're here. Why not? But it doesn't show up blue like that. It's more of like one of those toppery shades, and it comes off more icy on the lid than it does blue. Maybe if you put it like on that black or something, it would be different. And I really love these two shimmers as well. But this shimmer, I was so excited to see that shimmer because it looks so beautiful. But let me swatch the other two, and then I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, so you see like how shiny and shimmery those are. They are so beautiful. And then this one up here is like just so dull in comparison. It's more of like your standard type of shimmer formula. It doesn't perform badly or anything like that. It's just not what I'm used to from the brand. So that alone makes it like there's only 12 shades in the palette, and one of them isn't a good one. And then the color story just makes no sense to me at all. So this one honestly is just a miss. The only reason I ranked it higher than the Nomad one is because I do like this formula more, but I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with this one, honestly, but maybe that's a preference thing. Some people might actually love it, so I don't know. If you are one of the people that love it, let us know down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Coming in at number 46, the only reason I'm really putting this one here is really color story. And this is from NBA Cosmetics, and this is the Moonlight realm. And this is really pretty, honestly. And from what I remember, I really liked this formula a lot. The shimmers were really pretty. I think I had issue with the deeper matte building on top of the light matte and the medium matte. So if you have these palettes, it's best to work from the deepest to the lightest, which, you know, some formulas are that way, which is fine. But because of that, and because I don't prefer the color story, because I'm not a monochromatic kind of person unless there's some kind of twist in the palette, which you will see from this particular brand higher up in the ranking. I just don't gravitate towards those type of palettes, but I do think this is beautiful. And as long as you keep in mind that you do need to work from the darkest shade to the lightest, I think you will like the palette. It's beautiful. These shimmers are really nice. For the most part, most of the shimmers in here are like really smooth, with the exception of this shade Moonchild, but it does happen to be my favorite shade in the palette. I just always love those shades the most because they're so like shifty and beautiful. So when I look at it, you do see more of that green. You can kind of see it back here just a little bit more, but these shades are beautiful. I will say, I didn't notice like how much these two are looking alike before, but all in all, I do think this is a really nice palette, and it is a brand that I am interested in trying more from because I did have a lot of fun with them. I think they're beautiful. But if I was going to personally purchase like a green monochromatic palette or monochromatic palettes from a brand, I recommend the ones from Lethal Cosmetics, the Avatar palettes. Those are freaking amazing. This was actually a happy accident putting these two palettes together, but coming in at number 45 is a palette that released alongside this one, but it is the Enchanted Elixir. So as you can tell, it is the purple monochromatic palette, and I actually had no issues with the shades in this one. I did work from darkest to lightest and I had no issues at all, but this is in this spot for the same exact reason that I put the green one down here. It's because it's a monochromatic palette, and if I want a monochromatic palette, I'm definitely going to be reaching for my ultraviolet from Bella Beauty Bar and D'Angelo Nicole because they nailed that color story. But with that being said, I don't know if that one's still available, and I do think this one is pretty good as well. Now that I'm swatching this though, that middle purple shade is not swatching well at all. Those are pretty, but knowing what I know now, these would actually have been probably down there. I would say, let me see, I would probably have put this at number 47 next to the Morphe palettes because one of these shades is a dud and I don't like the color story. So this one is a no-go for me. The shades aren't as pretty. I would say skip this one altogether. And then coming in at number 44, we have the GLAMLITE Holiday Sweets palette. So this one was never available, I don't think, for individual sale, at least not on their site that I know of. But I picked this up in one of their mystery boxes, and look at those shimmers. The reason this one ranked lower is because I don't like the mattes, but I will say the quality of this is fantastic, and I wish they would have sold this like separately. I hate even like really going in depth over and over about it because you can't get it anymore, but this is beautiful. really, really beautiful. But I didn't like the mattes, which is why it's lower, but even the mattes are great quality as well. Also, I do have quite the stack of shame behind me of stuff that I bought but never reviewed or used, which is really disappointing, but I am going to be doing a video on that, and maybe even like doing videos with them when I start my memberships so I can try to use them before the end of the year. So I'll show them to you real quick just so you know what's in here, so you're not wondering like why it's not in this ranking. The first thing is just some singles I got at the Creators and Friends event in Florida, which I do want to use these as soon as possible because they look stunning. But I also got these, well, four things. I got the Deep Sea Treasures, which I do want to use at some point. If there's anything you guys want to see looks with, and there's enough of you who want to see it, please let me know. I will try to review it on, like, outside of the memberships on my main channel. But I also got these two little palettes from the Creators and Friends trip. This one is so cute. This is the Garland and Garden. And this one is too, so I don't know how you, like, tell them apart online, but these are so cute. And I also received the Sigma and Spectrum. Like, they're dusty. So embarrassing. Really pretty. And I bought this one, the Cozy Cabin. I just had to have it. Which I will say, it is freaking gorgeous. I do want to use it. And I have used some of the Avatar palettes, but not all of them. I have this one, the blue one. This one I really want to use. So pretty. The Jolie Beauty Tainted palette. I have used a bunch of the products. To get my allergies going. I've used a bunch of the products from this collection. The blushes and lip liners and the lip stains are like favorites. But this is so pretty, isn't it? I really want to use it. I heard good things about this formula. And this I got in a BoxyCharm. And it's stunning. Freaking stunning. I might do a reel with this. And I picked up the whole Twilight collection. But I had to leave by the time I got it. So I didn't actually review it, and that wasn't cheap, so I just wasted all that money. But I actually have done a look with this one. I'm just working on a 4 looks, 4 palettes kind of video, and had to leave again, so I'm like right in the middle of it. So I've already swatched them, but there's the other. And then I also bought this, but when I got it in and looked at it, I just feel so uninspired by this color story, you guys. I do, and I love Wicked Widow, but this kind of color story is just not my vibe. Although, like, the collab is iconic. But yeah, that's part of my stack of shame. At least the stuff that I bought this year or gotten in PR this year. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you guys would like to see looks with. Coming in at number 43, we have the Cryptine Cosmetics Secret Garden 1 palette. This color story is so beautiful. It really is, and the shimmers are so beautiful. But I was disappointed by this matte formula. And mostly because, like, while these pastels are really pretty, I don't know if you could see that. They're very dusty, you guys. And they just kind of blend away almost. And you can't use them, I feel like, with these deeper shades because it just, like, I don't know. I don't like the pastels at all. The deeper shades weren't as bad. But it just wasn't my favorite, honestly. But I will say the shimmers are really beautiful. I love them so much. One of them I didn't have that much trouble with, but I can't remember which one it was. I feel like I had more trouble with this one, like with the mattes, and it was specific shades. I think I tried to use this shade in the crease and then blend it out with the peach, and I was so excited to do that look, but it literally, you couldn't see the peach at all. And maybe it's my skin tone, because I do have more of a peachy undertone, so maybe that's it, and I'm not being fair. I don't know, but I just wasn't as excited about it as I wanted to be, but I love the shimmers so much. I had a better experience, I feel like, with the other one, but all in all, I do feel like they are really beautiful, and I didn't have such a hard time with the deeper shades. And the looks I did on camera, I don't feel like, and the first like initial looks I did with it, I don't think I had a hard time with it, but it was when I tried to use them like later on while we were on our trip to Tennessee. I took them with me and tried to use them there. That's when I had the trouble and was like kind of disappointed. So I mean, it is what it is, but that's why that one ranked a little lower. Coming in at number 41, we have the Dark Winter palette from Electrum Cosmetics. Similar story. The shimmers in this palette are so freaking good, but the dark mattes are not bad either, but these shades in particular just muddy up the whole look, I feel like. And there's something about the undertones of these, especially with these shades, it just doesn't work, and I had so much trouble trying to make it work. It was just, I don't like the matte formula, if I'm being honest, but I don't know if it's the undertones, but I like cool tones, so that's what makes me think it wasn't that. But all I can say is I did struggle trying to make those tones work together. It just looked gray and muddy and messy, and it just didn't work. But I will say these shimmers are outstanding. I have one similar to this from Terra Moons, and I love it. The shimmers, like I said, are beautiful, but the mattes for me are a miss. I would like to see them improve that formula personally, but if you have experience with their matte formula, I would like to hear your thoughts. Is it just this palette? Let me know your thoughts down below. The shimmers though, they are really pretty. Coming in at number 41, we have the Cryptine Cosmetics Secret Garden 2. And this one, this is the one that I did not have that hard of a time with. These pastels worked out a lot better for me than the ones in the other palette, which makes me wonder if it might have been my undertone. But I had a lot of fun with this one, and I actually prefer the color story of the other one more, but this one is beautiful as well. I do have a palette that is a similar color story to this one that I prefer more. We will get to that. It's a few stacks away actually, but we will get to it, and I'm excited to share my thoughts on that one. But this one is beautiful too, and like I said, I really enjoy the shimmer formula. That is so good. I can see why this brand has been so hyped. I just don't know if it's a personal preference or what. I just feel like their mattes are a bit too powdery, and sometimes that works with some formulas and sometimes it doesn't with others, or it could simply just be I'm not used to this type of formula, so I don't know how to work with it. I'm not too big to say that, but I will say this one just seems to be more pigmented to me. But if you like tap a brush in the pan, you can see you get a lot more kick up in the pan with this matte formula than what I do typically with some of my others. But my God, look at those shimmers. I don't even know if they ship in the US anymore. The last I heard, they did not. So coming in at number 40, This is my least favorite Unearthly palette I think that she's ever launched. And it's beautiful quality, as always. I love Unearthly's formula so much. And the palette is still, like, beautiful, but it's still my least favorite. I do like this peach with this red. I think that's really fun. I like the undertones of the neutrals she chose as well. It just wasn't a favorite of mine, personally, but I do think it's beautiful nonetheless. And that would be a gorgeous face highlight. We need that in a single. The shimmers in this palette are really beautiful too. I think it could be the case of I am simply just obsessed with cool tones right now. And this one might be a miss for that reason. But there's also other palettes that are very high up that are more warm leaning, so maybe it's a color story preference, I don't know, but this just wasn't my favorite from her. She hasn't really had a lot of launches this year either. I'm excited. Maybe she's cooking us some stuff up for Halloween. Coming in at number 39, we have the Morally Gray palette from Bella Beauty Bar. And again, this is my least favorite Bella Beauty Bar palette I think that she's ever released. I don't really care for the packaging. And while I do think the heart-shaped pans are cutesy, and I can see what she was going for because it was a Valentine's Day launch, I don't know. I'm just used to different things from her, and I don't know. It just didn't feel like what I've come to expect from this brand, and they are one of my favorite brands of literal all time, but this just wasn't it for me. But with that being said, this is fantastic quality, and for that reason I could not recommend it more. If it calls to you and you like this color story, I do think you would really love it, but it's just not a me kind of palette, and it's just a personal preference, so that is why it ranked so low on this ranking. Coming in at number 38, I did get this one in PR from DEDE Signature. I have a code with her, and it is AOML, and it will save you 10%. It is affiliated, so if you use it, thank you. But it is the Chromebook Volume 2. I actually really, really like this one, and I love that she included the mattes. The reason I rank this one lower is because it only has 3 mattes, but I do really love that she put at least 3 in here. But these shimmers are absolutely insane. I will say though, if you have severely hooded eyes or you deal with creasing, you might want to check with other people that deal with creasing, because these might crease on you. That's just a guess, but they do feel more emollient, so I did want to throw that out there. But these are freaking so beautiful, you guys. That top shade literally takes my breath every time I see it. This one stays beside me on my desk, and it is one of those palettes that I pull out and use when I need to add something to an eye look, especially if I'm off camera specifically. But man, they're just so beautiful, you guys. That one's more of a toppery type of situation, but it's blue, but it also has a green base. So if you like put it on top of green, it's really going to be so punchy. This shade reminds me of one of the shades in the new Gourmand Girl palette, which is freaking impeccable. If you have not seen my video on that already, or my ranking for the month, but these are so pretty, you guys. I love them. I hope she does more of these, honestly, but I would like to see her do like 9 shades of shimmer and maybe 6 of matte. That would be really cool, and I think more people might actually buy them, but that's just me speaking as someone who doesn't like all shimmer palettes. There are a lot of people out there who do though, so maybe I shouldn't speak for everyone. Okay, so coming in at number 37, is another NBA Cosmetics palette that released with those other two. This is the Cursed Moon, and I love this one. This is a monochromatic palette done right in my book. I love this. I love this color story. This shade is one of those flaky shades, but it adds so much to this palette in my opinion. And I think it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh, do you see it? It's so delicious, is it not? But I don't always swatch mattes, but in this case, I just want you guys to see it, which if I'm doing my job right, you should be seeing swatches. My hand is a little damp, so these look a little rough. Just overlook it. Now, this isn't the best black, though, to be honest, but that with these in the crease, sign me up. I'm pretty sure I did that in my video if you guys want to check it out, but I love it. It's so beautiful. But honestly, these shimmers are just so pretty. Let's put that shimmer on top of that black. It was a good idea, you guys. Oh my god. That is so pretty. But yeah, I love this one. If you don't mind the flaky shade, I do recommend that one if they are still available. I think it's pretty awesome. Coming in at number 36 is the Nomad Chamonix Après-Ski, and this one is beautiful. Fantastic quality, great shimmer formula, fabulous matte formula. The only reason it's ranking a bit lower in the ranking is because it's giving a bit too much of a gradient for me, and I don't typically gravitate towards those types of palettes, but it's not even just that. It's really the color story. Just while it's so beautiful and I do enjoy it, it's just not my favorite color story from them either. I just didn't find it to be as inspiring as some of the others ahead of it, which is why I did rank it a little lower. But this one is beautiful, and one of the things I really loved about it were these two shades. Them being in the palette, not only are they fun, like toppery types of shades, but they also worked really well as face highlights, and I loved that you could really pull like your face highlight into your eye look. I thought that was really fun as well, but that is why that one ranked in its place. Coming in at number 35, we have the Nomad America's Parks. This is one of my newer palettes to my collection. I did get this one in PR. So I prefer the formula in this palette, but I prefer the color story of this palette. I freaking love this color story. It is one of my favorites from Nomad, but the reason I prefer this formula is because these shimmers, while they are really beautiful, they're just not what I expect from Nomad. Let's compare. So, like, these are really beautiful shimmers, but they are more of your like typical standard shimmer. This one is pretty. It has more of a duo flip to it. But there is a shade in here that's kind of silver leaning. It's in the other palette I just showed you, but it has more of a purple shimmer to it. It just has more shine, I feel like. Or let's do this one. Like their formula now just has more. I do know they reformulated these palettes, but I don't know why they didn't add more like shimmer to this palette. Maybe they just wanted it to have more of a standard shimmer formula, but I do wish they would have been able to put more of an oomph to those shimmers personally. Coming in at number 34, we have the Simply Posh Snow Angel palette. This one is really pretty. It just, I feel it's the gradient thing again. I just feel so uninspired by it. I don't know why. For me, it's lacking depth as well. You have this shade, but it doesn't really go deep enough. I think maybe if I jumbled the shades up, I might feel differently about it. But I also don't like to do that to my palettes because I do videos like these. And another thing is their shimmers, Like, they're pretty, but they're not, like, pretty. You know what I mean? I don't know. Their formula is just not my favorite. I don't know. It's just a miss for me, honestly. Coming in at number 32, we have the Lethal Cosmetics Adventure Time palette. This one's hard because I do like this color story a lot, and like I said, I've been loving a lot of stuff from Lethal lately, but I don't know. I've kind of had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and it's a lot of negativity, a lot of negative stuff, and maybe that's like impacting my excitement for launches sometimes. And I will say this is a great quality palette, but I ranked it low because I just felt uninspired by it. I wasn't excited as I wanted to be when I reviewed it. But like I said, I didn't have any issues with it either. But I didn't feel like it was as good as like the Avatar palettes and the Dexter palette either. Like I said, it is fabulous. You see those shimmers. They are so beautiful. And the mattes are wonderful too. I just don't know. I don't know what it is that makes me feel that way. So it's hard for me to pinpoint. I don't know if it's a me problem. All I can tell you is that it is good quality, and you see for yourself the shimmers are beautiful. The mattes worked perfectly well. They blended beautifully. I do have looks up with this one, and I had a good time playing with it. It just, sometimes those palettes just, they get you, and this time this wasn't one of them. Coming in at number 31, we have the Nomad Cosmetics Berlin Underground. So this one I actually did really enjoy. I did get this one in PR as well. I loved the look that I created with this one too. The reason I ranked it lower is because I don't prefer the matte to shimmer ratio, and I have to like be really picky with these rankings or I'll never be able to place anything, because like from here up everything is like freaking fantastic. So it got really hard to rank these palettes, but I did have a blast with this one. It is fantastic quality, and I love the look so much. These shimmers are beautiful as well. This one I did feel very inspired by too. I just think they did a really good job. And the shimmers are really pretty in these too. There are no like special shades or anything in this. It is your standard shimmer formula, but they are really like shiny and reflective and sparkly, which is what I need in my life personally. So this one is coming in at number 30, but I liked it even more, which is why it's higher. Duh, Heather. But it is the Nomad Cosmetics Provence palette, and I had a blast with this one. I actually did not expect to like this one as much as I did, but out of those three releases, this one ended up being my absolute favorite. I love the color story. I think it's really fun. I love the mix of cool tones with the warm tones, and I love the shimmer formula that's in here too, which, you know, that's what sells me most of the time. Obviously, the mattes matter as well, because some of these palettes did rank low for that reason, but these are so beautiful, and I love the look that I created with this one. I think it's phenomenal, and I'm so happy to finally have it in my hands. Somehow we finally made it to the top 20. And it's only 1 a.m. So we're getting there, guys. And coming in at number 20. Listen, I had the most FOMO over this palette for the longest time, and they finally restocked it, and it's the Maneater palette. I actually created, I think, 3 looks with this palette, and it's not even been that long ago, but I love this so much. So I did rank it lower. I love the color story so much, and the quality of it is great too, but I ranked it lower simply because while the shimmers are really pretty, they're not ARTTITUDE shimmers now. But like I said, these are freaking stunning. like stunning, but maybe I was just a little sad that I waited so long to get it, and then I was expecting like the multi-chromes, you know, because like I said, these are freaking gorgeous and fabulous quality, but they're not multi-chromes either, and I'm spoiled. So maybe I'm holding a grudge and that's why it's in this position. I don't know. But I do say this is beautiful. I freaking love this color story. And in all fairness, it does deserve to be higher in the ranking. I don't know why I put it here. It's 1 a.m. guys, but it's beautiful and I do love it. I love the artwork too. So I've been miscounting this whole freaking time. Dyslexia sucks sometimes, guys. Now we are number 29. I don't know how I thought we were at the top 20. I looked back at that stack of palettes. I was like, there's no way we're at number 18. There's too many palettes there to be that. But anyways, coming in at number 29, we have the Pat McGrath Petalmorphosis. So honestly, this is so beautiful. And the only reason it's here is because I just simply adore the color stories behind me. And I had to put it somewhere. But I will say, this is beautiful. I love the look that I created with it. I had a really good time. Is it like the same multi-chrome kind of situation that I'm used to? No. But I had a blast playing with it. And it's my first like luxury eyeshadow purchase, so I did have fun with it, and maybe a part of that was the experience of like getting to buy it, but I did think the look was beautiful as well. However, I did not know that you could wet these shimmers, and I have not tried to do so since you guys told me. So let's swatch on the back of the hands a couple of these shades, and then we're gonna spray them as well just to see. Okay, so I wasn't really seeing a difference, and then I looked it up on the site, and I didn't know like you're supposed to wet the brush before you go in, which is like goes against everything I've ever been taught. But that just goes to show you I have not been doing makeup that long, and I'm still learning stuff every day. So there is quite the difference actually, especially in this shade, honestly, all of them. And that makes me want to go back and re-swatch those Morphe palettes real quick and see like what the difference is, because I was doing it wrong. And there's no shame in admitting when you are wrong, at least not for me. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and I'll be right back, because now I'm curious to see how big of a difference it's going to make, because these did not look as good when I did it the first time. Okay, so here is the Cyber Chrome palette. That is a pretty significant difference. So maybe I judged too harshly on those shimmers, but I should have swatched them like regular before I did them wet, because even though I didn't like spray directly in the pan, they're wet now, so I can't. But we're gonna do it with this one, and I'll be right back again to show you what those ones look like. Well, you guys, I think this might be the most drastic difference. Like, that's night and day, honestly, especially this one. But I might have actually wanted to use this palette had I have seen that sooner, well, known that sooner. So thank you guys. I'm gonna have to, oh, I didn't do the one. That one's not a bait though, I don't think. This one, I don't think that one's baked, so I don't think you can do that with that one. It doesn't feel the same. But yeah, I'm gonna have to use this again, and I'll let you guys know like how it performs. Maybe I'll try to do a reel with these. I still don't like the mattes in this one though, but I do like this one a lot more now that I've tried them wet. So just keep that in mind. But coming in at number 28, we have the BLENDBUNNY Beauty Below palette. This artwork is truly just so freaking beautiful. I literally just cannot. It's so pretty, but so is the color story. This one is just so beautiful, But I do have a mermaid theme palette that ranks quite a bit higher than this one, simply because it's a more curated color story and I just felt more inspired by it. But I do really love this one too. Honestly, all of the palettes from here up, I truly just recommend, love. I don't have any issues with them or anything like that. I rank them based solely on preference and color story. But I will say this is so beautiful, especially if you like break them down into 12 pans like this. Then I really love them, especially the bottom half. But I think they're beautiful, and the shimmers are beautiful as well. This one is magnetic, but it is so heavy. You could knock somebody out with this. Like, it is strong. But the shimmers are so pretty. I really love their shimmer formula. A lot of people like rave about their mattes, and I like their mattes, but they're not my favorite matte formula. I don't have any issues with them or anything. I just find other formulas easier for me personally to work with, simply because they're just formulas I am more used to working with, and it's a personal preference kind of thing. But I do really love their launches most of the time, other than the plastic one. That one was like a one-off, honestly, but I think this one is truly beautiful. And if you're drawn to it in any way, I don't think you can go wrong. It's gorgeous. Coming in at number 27 is the Shadowed Petal from Unearthly Cosmetics. I think this one is beautiful as well. It's just not my favorite color story from Unearthly, but I did really love creating looks with it. I think it's really fun, and it's just a fantastic quality. It's great for like those kind of smoky glam types of looks as well. And their formula is like one of my top favorites. But I don't know, it's just not my favorite kind of color story. Now the one that launched alongside this one is definitely like at the top of my ranking, because I loved that one so much. But this one just wasn't my favorite, but I do enjoy it, and it's one that I'm happy to have in my collection. So take that for what you will. This one I loved so freaking much. I had so much fun with it. It just ranks kind of in the middle, because like the Shadowed Petal, there's just other stuff that I love so much more. But it is the GLAMLITE Timeless Tones. I love the looks that I created with this so much. I actually created a type of look in my video that I've never done before, and I loved it so much. If you want to see what it is, you gotta go check it out. But I really love this palette, especially for it to be a neutral with the twist kind of palette. I had so much fun with it. I love these iridescent shades over here because they're more colorful, so I feel like it adds even more color to the palette. But these shades are so pretty too. These shimmers are outstanding. This one is so pretty. It really goes well with my shirt. I love them. I've had so much fun with this one. I actually just stopped filming with it the other day. I did film 3 looks. I don't know if I already said that, but these shimmers are just truly next level, to the point where I picked up their other 2 new launches, and I cannot wait to get them in so I can review them, especially the grungy one. I'm excited for that one, but this one is truly just so beautiful. I love the packaging as well. Coming in at number 25, we have the Fantasy Cosmetica Monk palette. I really loved this one so much, and I loved that they launched this around Valentine's Day when everyone was launching Valentine's Day palettes. I feel like that was really smart of them, even though it was really different. But even though this is leaning slightly monochromatic, it's done in a way that I love and with colors that I love, so it still works, because you do have the orange, the brown, and it's beautiful. The shimmers are beautiful, but look, the shade, oh, you guys know I love a mustard. But that bright yellow, it's like giving macaroni and cheese, and this shade is so stunning. I love their formula. They have quickly become one of my favorite brands over the last well, a little over a year now, but they are just so fun, and I truly just can't wait to see what their Halloween launch is going to be. But do you see that top shimmer shade? It's so pretty. They're all so pretty. I love this one though, and sometimes it's nice to have a warm tone palette in a sea of cool tones. Even though like I said, I'm in my cool tone era right now, I do love warm tones as well. I don't know, I'm just really into the cool tones. I'm really into the muted colors as well, but I really love this one. I think they did such a great job. Coming in at number 24 is the Nomad Cosmetics Fairy Tale Europe. I'm obsessed with this packaging. It is so cool. The raised castle and everything. And then the nomads like behind the castle. I just think it's so cool. But I actually really like this color story. I love that they did the neutrals and then the shimmers are colorful. I think that was really fun, and it made me step outside of my comfort zone and create looks that I don't normally create. And I love palettes that make me do that, and I just had such a blast with this one. I think they did such a good job. These shimmers are so freaking beautiful. Do you see them? They're so pretty, you guys. I love them. Even this deep shimmer, it's like got these really pretty glitter reflex in them that just take my breath away. I just love them. That first one though, and the yellow, they're just so pretty. I just think they did a really good job on this one. I love the cause and everything. I just think it was really fun, and while it's not my top favorite from them this year, it is one of my favorites, and I'm super happy that I picked it up. I really love this one as well, and it's coming in at number 23. We have the Realm of Fairies from Bella Beauty Bar and Sassy Fairy, and again, it's ranking in more towards the middle, a little higher, because it is kind of monochromatic, but it's not full-on monochromatic, and I do love it so much. Blue eyeshadow is one of my favorite colors to wear. It's one of the colors that just make me feel invincible, and I love it. But the fact that it has cool tones too makes me even more happy. I love the purple and the periwinkle and the gray. I love that it goes from really light to really dark. It has everything that I love. So this shade is so pretty, but this one, oh my god, it's so bright and vibrant. This one is good too though. I had so much fun with this palette. I think they did such a good job. And the longer I've had it, the more I've fallen in love with it. It's just truly so freaking phenomenal. And I just love this brand. Everything they do just makes me so happy. That's why I was like, with the Morally Gray, I was expecting this, and I mean, it just wasn't, it didn't feel like Bella Beauty Bar to me. This, however, does, and I truly just could not be more happy with it. It's just so beautiful. It has everything that I need a palette to have. Even the deeper shimmer, which is something that I really love about Bella Beauty Bar. They always include at least one deeper shimmer in a palette, and I love that. To me, I just love a deeper shimmer that goes in the outer corner. It completes a look. I know that's not for everyone, but I love that they always include just one, at least one, like I said. And this one just really hits the mark. I love the packaging as well. Coming in at number 22, this is a new brand that I tried this year, and I think it's pronounced He.MakeupEnthusiast Cosmetics, but we have the Frosted Fairy Prismatic Pastels, and this one pleasantly surprised me. I love this so much. So I will say, if you're one of those people that does not like the flakier formula, you might not like this one because it does have some of those in it. But I do like those personally, and I love this palette so much. So these two shades are two of my favorites. This one is like one of those more marbled shades. and it's so pretty, but Fern is really pretty. To me, it looks like bright aqua blue. You can kind of see it there. It has like a purple periwinkle shift, but it's also like very bright green as well. Truly stunning. But these more flaky shades are next level. That one. It's called Angel, and honestly, just for such a good reason, because it is angelic. But these are just fabulous, and their matte formula was really nice, really blendable. These pastels were really nice too, and I like that they did include the darker shades. While these aren't full-on pastels, I feel like you do get enough pigment though to where they actually show up and stuff. But I like that they did do the darker shades too. The color story is really fun, and I feel like it's kind of unique at the same time. I just had such a fun time with this, and I'm excited to see like what else this brand comes out with, because I think this one was fantastic. Coming in at number 22, we have the Shattered Romance from DEDE Signature. This one I did get into PR. I don't know why I said it like that, but anyways, so the artwork was a miss, but the inside is fantastic. This is a 9-pan done right, in my opinion. Again, we do have two of those more flaky shades for those of you who do not care for those. But these shimmers, man, they're so good. And I love this color story. I love that there's like more mauve tones in here. We have a black, we have pinks, light pinks, a more wine shade, a true purple. And I think it's so pretty. I created some really fun looks with it. But I am happy that they have really stepped up with their packaging and stuff. They are coming out with a new launch, and it's already announced by the time you guys are seeing this, and I am so excited for that one. It was released in the Ice Cream Beauty box, but it's also being released on their site. I'm guessing if it sells well, they'll probably end up restocking, which I hope so, because the palette looks so beautiful. But this one is beautiful as well. I think the artwork is kind of taking away from the color story, but what's inside is gold. Now we are down to the top 20, finally. But it goes without saying, these are the best of the best. I love every single one of these palettes, and I recommend them all. They are all fantastic. I mean, out of 50 palettes, these are like wonderful. There were only a handful of palettes in this ranking that I didn't really care for one reason or another, but these ones I truly could not recommend more. And the first one is going to go to Gourmand Girls, and it's the Bitten palette. Honestly, I even hate putting this here because I am obsessed with this palette, and I don't use that term loosely, but this is beautiful. I love this so freaking much. Honestly, she doesn't release much that I'm not in love with. But this is so beautiful. I love the purples with the reds and the more wine shades and the berries. And I love that she did like this cool toned pastel purple with the grays. I think that is so freaking genius. You guys know I love any excuse to use a wine or berry with the gray. The purples as well. That's such a fun combo for me, and I love the moments when I get to use them. I'm trying not to use them as much right now because I know there for a while I was doing it a lot. It's about like the green and purple has been lately, and I'm trying to steer clear of that one now too. But you know, it's just one of those things where you have your favorites, but this is beautiful, like so beautiful. These shimmers are just so gorgeous, so fun, so reflective. They're so pretty and shiny and fun. And Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny, because they do work together a lot, they can create some really freaking awesome color stories together. And the thing I love about them is not only their formula, but they come up with some really fun concepts, but their color stories always have a twist, and that's what I love so much about eyeshadow, and they never disappoint. And in this palette, the twist, I feel like, is that gray. It just adds so much deliciousness to this, and you do have 2 shades of it here. It's just so fun, and I feel like they nailed it with this one. 10 out of 10 recommend. We're moving on to number 19, and it goes to the Smoky Glam from Bella Beauty Bar. Honestly, I got some flakies flying away. I prefer this color story, but there's some hollows in here that I can't say no to a hollow. You guys know I'm a sucker every time. Silk Teddy. It's so pretty. Do you see the holographic glitters? Hypnotic is pretty. I actually just swatched this one too for that same video. Like, they're so pretty. And it's so hard to choose between some of these because, like, how do you... For instance, like, Gourmand Girls and Bella Beauty Bar have 2 of my top favorite formulas of all time. And their launches are always my favorite, you know what I mean? So it's, like, really hard to choose. It's like picking between your children. Oh, these are so pretty, though. I can't. Now, I do have both of these palettes. And if you have one, I don't think you need the other, to be honest. But I will say, if I had to pick between the 2, I would pick the new one. I do like the color story better. They did add like 6 more shades to it, and I do like them more, but I still don't think you need both either. I just have issues and a shopping problem, so that's why I have both, because Bella Beauty Bar does not send me PR. Oh, did I tell you I did get the Gourmand Girls palette in PR as well, but yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, I do love and recommend this one very much. Coming in at number 18, I freaking love this palette so much. I cannot even stand it. And it's the Dexter palette from Lethal Cosmetics. Mine's a little wet from the wipe, but I love this. This packaging is so obnoxious, but it makes perfect sense, and I equally love it just as much as I hate it. But I will say this color story is phenomenal. Not even just that, these shimmers are next level, and I love them so much. I had so much fun creating looks with this, and I don't know. Swatching this, I think that the shimmers in this palette are better than the one in the Adventure Time. That's a personal preference. If you have both, let me know your thoughts. Maybe I just like this palette more, but the way that just was gliding across my hand, I feel like these are better. Like there's more oomph to them. Like it picks up more almost, and they're not as sheer. Look at that silver. God, I forget how much I'm obsessed with this every time. Man, oh man. Whew. This is such a good palette. And this shade, oh, Deborah, it makes my eyes cross. I love this so much. I love everything about it. I will say storing it really does suck, because it's clunky. It's not the shape of all the other palettes. That drives me nuts. If you're not someone who cares about that stuff, then maybe it won't bother you like it does me. And it's bulky and thick, but at the same time, it's so freaking beautiful that even though that drives me crazy, I don't see myself ever getting rid of it. It's so freaking good, and they did such a good job. Plus, I am a fan of the show, or at least I used to be, until they canceled it the first time, and I haven't rewatched it or anything since. I don't know if I can rewatch it after I've been through a lot of traumatic things, and I can't watch a lot of stuff like that now, so I maybe can't, but I loved it before, so I'm a fan, but I love this. This is such a phenomenal launch. They did such a good job, guys. Moving on to number 17. This is the other brand I was talking about. Well, one of the other brands that I've tried this year that was freaking fabulous. And it is Divini Beauty and the Mingo palette. I love this color story and I love this formula so much. It is so beautiful. The color story and the formula. I had such a good time. A lot of these are palettes I'm realizing that I ranked this month. But this is so beautiful, you guys. Look, these are so pigmented. Like so pigmented, and they were easy to blend and everything. This color story is just so gorgeous. I love that they did the pink and the peach and the red and with the bright pops, and then these and this really bright neon green. Well, it's not a neon, it's more of a grass green, I would say, but it's stunning. It looks like a neon in the palette though. It's just so pretty. I have one that has like these really bright pops. It's like really high up on this list that I love so much. But this one, it was phenomenal, and I'm definitely going to be picking up their next launch if it calls to me, because this one was really fun. And while we're at it, this shimmer shade right here was what I wanted that one in the in the plastic palette to be. It's really, really pretty, but this green just takes me out. It's so pretty. They have a really nice formula, and I can't wait to see what else they launch. Sometimes you are just pleasantly surprised by brands, and this is definitely one of them. Like I said, beautiful formula. I could not recommend it more. Coming in at number 16 is a palette from one of my favorite brands. It is DIEVERUNE Cosmetics, and we have the Smitten palette. Other than the Dewdrops 2 palette, this is the only one they have launched this year, and I love it. I think it's so beautiful. Now, pinks are not my favorite, which is why I'm not always drawn to the like Valentine's Day launches, because I don't know. Pinks and stuff aren't my favorite, but like I said with the Gourmand Girls palette, I love the pinks and the purples with the gray colors, and I love that she included that. These shimmers in this palette though are so good. Floofy is what made this one rank so high. Well, it's one of the ones. The other one is this one, Persuasive. Also really love the shade names, and I love this shade as well. It's kind of blue, kind of green, kind of gray. They just have such a nice formula. Their shimmers are so beautiful. I have just loved them from the moment they came into the indie community, and I'm always excited for all of their launches. I also really love the theming and the artwork of that palette as well, which also plays a part in it ranking higher, but I just love this. Their formula is so fantastic. Coming in at number 15, we have the Ranger palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I love this one so much. It's like one of my favorite from this series. This color story, I love this so much more than I ever thought I was going to, and they released the perfume alongside this, and it's the one with tomato leaves in it, which makes perfect sense because this is giving tomato, is it not? But this color story is so good, you guys. I feel so inspired by this. It's a very small palette, yes, with just the 9 pans, but it's so inspiring to me, and I had so much fun creating looks with it, and it's one that I still think of very often. It's one of those palettes that really shocked me by how much I just truly just fell so in love with it. I think they did such a great job on it, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. I love how it goes from really light to really dark as well. The tones and everything that they chose. I love the muted vibes of it. I just think it's so beautiful. Now we are at number 14, and coming in at number 14 is another brand that I tried for the first time this year, and it is Gloss Gods. We have the Dancing Lights palette. This palette is so beautiful. It's actually the one I was talking about when I was talking about the Secret Garden palette, and I told you I have one that's kind of similar vibes, but I do like this formula a lot more, like a whole lot more. Their shimmers are beautiful, but their matte formula is really, really nice as well. I had no issues at all working with it. Truly phenomenal, and it's so beautiful. I do have one look up with it, but it was a get ready with me while I was in Tennessee video. And I don't know if a lot of people seen it or not. I don't think so, but it's just truly such a beautiful palette, you guys. This shade to me looks bright green, and this shade is so pretty too. Works so good as a highlighter. But the mattes are so beautiful and richly pigmented and just fun. I love this color story as well. I can't believe I haven't tried them sooner, to be honest. This shade, Midnight Sky, this is the last one. I'll swatch from this one. But it is so pretty. It's like that turquoise teal, but it's also like a very deep inky purple type of shade. You can kind of see there. It's just so pretty. I really, really love this one, and I can't wait to get more from them if I can, depending on the whole tariff situation, but that one was fantastic. Coming in at number 14, we have the Lethal Avatar palette. This is the Earth palette, and I love this one. There was no way I was going to be able to keep my fingers out of this one. This is my kind of green monochromatic palette because the browns in here and then this bright shade adds an extra layer of twist to this one that makes it so fun. But these shimmers are so good, you guys. Even this brown shimmer is like so pretty. They did such a good job on these. It's like olivey, but it's brown. That green. The second shade is like pink as well. It's just so pretty. And if you look at it, the shimmers next to the mattes, you can see what I mean. It just adds so much to the palette, like so many twists and turns. It's so freaking stunning. I'm so glad that I picked these up. I wish I would have reviewed them when they actually launched. I don't think I could at the time. I think I was like, I couldn't afford to pick them up at the time, but man, I wish I would have reviewed them when they launched, because I think I could have created some really fun looks for launch. But maybe we can still do something with them because they're so beautiful. I love them so much. At least the one that I've tried. I love the color stories of the others, but we'll just have to wait and see. Coming in at number 13 is the ARTTITUDE Cosmetics Urban Neutrals. So I love everything that ARTTITUDE Cosmetics does. I did buy their newest launch. I bought it a little late because I was waiting for payday, but I can't wait to try it. But I love this. You guys know I love cool tones. I've said it a lot in this video, but I love these like steely blue colors. This vibrant pop of purple is so fun. I love the added like neutrals as well. I feel like that's the twist. That's something I love about this brand too. They really are wonderful at adding in that extra twist, but I freaking love their shimmer shades as well. One of my favorite brands of all time. They just came into my life and took my breath away. And I have bought every launch they have had since, and everything that's been available, like all of their palettes that's been available on their site. And I love them. That's why I went nuts over trying to find that MANEATER palette, and then they finally restocked it. But these are so beautiful. Do you see how reflective and just next level they are? I could not recommend ARTTITUDE more. I love their highlighters as well. I've kind of heard mixed reviews on the new ones. I did not pick them up because I'm trying to be a little smarter about my purchasing decisions right now. But I do hope to pick them up in the future, but I just love them. I do know the highlighters that I do have, I really love. Coming in at number 12, this one I did get in PR, and it is the Emo palette from Adept Cosmetics. I love this one so much. I raved about this It's so freaking beautiful. I love this color story. I love these more muted mattes with these freaking gorgeous shimmers, but like most of them are brighter shimmers, and I feel like paired with these muted mattes, they stand out even more. They are truly just so beautiful. My favorite shade in the palette, as I'm sure most of you know already, is the shade MC1. It is hollow and it is so beautiful. And what you're not seeing that I can see is a seafoam green flip that is in there, and it is freaking stunning. I love it. I love this one so much. The shade Coal Dust is so pretty too. Ever since I played with that GLAMLITE palette, I've been looking at these deeper mattes in a whole new light. Really want to like do more looks with all of them now, but they're just so pretty. There's so many gorgeous shades in these, but I do have to get up kind of early tomorrow, and it's nearing 2 a.m. So I'm trying to move on a little faster, but I also want to like fully talk about all of my favorite things about these palettes at the same time. There's literally a shade in this palette called Seafoam as well. Look at them. Oh, I just love Adept. I love their mattes. I think they're so easy to blend and work with, but their shimmers are where it's at. I always say that every time I talk about them. They are the standout formula for me. I think they're so beautiful. Like, I literally compare every formula shimmers to Adept. I mean, there's some others that are up there for me too, but Adept is at the very tippity top of my list. Coming in at number 11 is one of my newest palettes to my collection, but it is one of my favorites from the year, and it is the Mocha Moment from Gourmand Girls. So this one I got in PR as well, and I love this. I've said in like 4 videos now, which I don't know if you guys have seen them all, so I'm repeating myself, but this palette dethroned my favorite neutral palette that was my favorite for 5 years. Now this is a neutral with a twist, because you do have these more like grungy greens, this bright grass green pop, which I love, and these more muted purples. I love this so much. I think it's so beautiful. Like, this is the most perfect neutral palette I have ever seen in my whole life. I think she did such a great job on this color story. But like I've said in all of those other videos, it's not even just that. Like, you guys know I love the Gourmand Girl shimmer formula, but this one is next level. The formula in this palette, specifically these 3 shades, is sickening. It is so good that I just can't even begin to try to describe to you just how good it is. And I love that she did a more warm tone gold and a cool tone. That way you can mix and match it, because there are some more warm leaning tone like neutrals in here as well, and I think that is really fun too. But this palette is so good. Truly one of the best launches of the year. That shade is so beautiful too, but this one is another favorite. I mean, they're all favorites. This is literally every shimmer in the palette. It's so beautiful. There's also a little bit of green in here as well. It's just so beautiful. Even from back there, you can see the shine on them. She just really just nailed it with this one. It's so beautiful. If you have been looking for those special shimmers from an indie brand, this is what you've been waiting for. It's so good. Now we are down to the top 10 palettes, and like I said, there's been so many good launches this year, and man, just narrowing it down to these 10 was so freaking hard, because like I said earlier, it literally is almost like picking between like your favorite things in the world. And because you guys know I love eyeshadow palettes so much, and when I rank them, I not only think about like the formula and if it performed well. I also try to consider the artwork, because sometimes that can make you feel inspired and bring you joy as well. But I also try to remember my excitement for the palette, if that excitement is still there, and all of those things. And for these 10 palettes, I mean, this one too, to be fair, though they check all of those boxes, they still make me just so excited when I look at them, and I just love them so much. But coming in at number 10 is the Bella Beauty Bar Green Goddess. I love this. The artwork is so beautiful. She is so beautiful, and I love this so much. But this color story is just so beautiful. I'm at a loss for words. It's too late. Like, it's real late, but man, this is so perfect. And I just love this color story so much. And again, with the deep shimmers, I love that they always put them in here. I know I keep saying that, but it just makes me so freaking happy. And so does this. Like, how can you not love that so much? Literally everything they do is magic, with the exception of the Morley Gray palette. Just swatching some of the shimmers, like some of my favorites, I literally swatched them all except for one because I ran out of room. But I love this. I love the color story. I love how muted it is as well, but it's just beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the Ranger palette, but it's in a bigger scale and there's more shades. It goes from really dark to really light. I love this color added in here. I feel like it really adds in a whole other like twist to the palette, which obviously I love. You've heard me say it a million times at this point, but man, this one is so good. And the longer I've had it, the more I've fallen in love with it. I think it's so phenomenal, you guys. Coming in at number 9, I love this one. Oh, it's so good. It's the Murky Meadow from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is so good. I love this so much. I love how warm this is, but the thing that makes me so in love with this palette are these two shades and this. Let me just slide on over and remind you of this look that I created with this palette, because I'm still so in love with it. Like, if I could only wear this look for the rest of my life, I would be completely fine, because I love that look so freaking much. But I love this. I love that center shade, and I love how deep and dark and moody this palette is, but you do have like those lighter mattes, so you don't have to make it deep and dark, but you can totally take it there. But then you still have this crazy like highlighter yellow, really pigmented, especially if you build it up and not on a wet hand, but like really pigmented matte yellow. It's so freaking gorgeous, you guys. And then like if you put that shade on top of it, it's really pretty too. And you can like make your own shade. It's so pretty. And that like really light shimmer on that black is chef's kiss. You can kind of see it around my lash line in that video if you want to like rewind it and look. It's like really so beautiful. I love this one. One of my favorite launches from her, and you know, I'm so in love with this brand. It's not even funny. Coming in at number 8, we have the Lovers from Cosmic Brushes, and this is such a freaking gorgeous palette. I love this. I love this color story. I love the theme. And I heard Betty Jean say that they're doing like a few more of these, and I'm excited because it's like tarot card like themed, and I love that so much. But this color story is a dream. This side is my favorite, but there are so many fun looks to still be had with this one. I'm so drawn to this half of the palette that it's not even funny, but just doing like a look with these, and then this on the lid, like these mattes with that on the lid. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, I think it would be really, really beautiful because there's like a little bit of blue in there, just a tinge of blue. And probably when you put it next to a blue, it would probably show up more blue, but this color story is gorgeous. I love the muted tones of it, but you still have these really pigmented, beautiful, bright colors at the same time. You can still get neutral, soft looks if that's what you're into, but you know me, I'm trying to get the bright, colorful things too, but sometimes I do want a neutral look. This color story is just so beautiful, and it's one I would love to play with more. I love Cosmic brushes. They're another one of those brands that rarely release anything that I don't love, and this one is no exception. I think they did a beautiful job. Coming in at number 7 is Adept Cosmetics again, and we have the Minka palette, and this one I did get in PR as well, and I freaking love this palette. I raved and raved about it. I still rave and rave about it, and my favorite shade is the shade Linda. I also love the shade Joshua, and I say in a video that should already be up, but it's the purples, like they're so bright, but you also have these muted tones, and then you have this bright pop of Joshua, and Clara is so bright as well. Like you could do a more muted look, or you could do muted mattes with a bright shimmer, or like vice versa. It's just such a pretty palette, and the shade Sandra is no joke as well. I love Adept. It's like, I could never pick, I don't even think I could pick my top 5 brands anymore. I would have to pick my top 10, and I don't even think at this point I could rank them because they're too good. Sometimes things are too good to pick between, and like that's kind of the case between these because they're all just so freaking good. But I mean, I try, I do my best, but I honestly, I just love them all, and I freaking love the Minka. I love the looks that I created with it as well, but I think the thing that makes this so special is the mattes that they paired with these phenomenal shimmers. It just really makes the shimmers stand out even more. Same as I think what I said with the Emo, because I feel the same exact way about that palette as well. Coming in at number 6, we have the Vintage Neutrals from ARTTITUDE Cosmetics. I'm still in love with this palette and still like so excited by it and by its color story. I think it's so beautiful. Truly just such a phenomenal color story. It's giving summer vibes, but it also gives me fall vibes as well. Again, it's like it has a twist. I love this peach in here with these greens. You know, ever since Gourmand Girl launched their peach palette, I've been so in love with peach and green as a combo. It's one of my favorites. But the red and the pink, like there's so many different looks you could create with this. Literally probably hundreds. I mean, I'm sure not hundreds, but probably like a lot. More than I could ever even think of in my head. There's so many. So many. But this palette is so beautiful. I literally have pan in the orange. But I love it so much, you guys. I love their formula. I know I keep saying that, but there's so many brand repeats in here. It's kind of hard not to. But it's so good. It's one of my favorite ARTTITUDE Cosmetics palettes. Not my favorite, but definitely one of. It's just truly so beautiful. I love this brand so much. And I'm so excited to try the new palette. But this is beautiful. Even though I say, like I said, I really love cool tones, this one just really is so good. This peach with this shade too is so beautiful. I loved the looks that I created. This one just takes my breath away. And this silver with these more warm tones, like you do any of these warm tones in the crease and then you put that silver on the lid, it's going to be freaking phenomenal. Now we are down to the top 5, and while we're already talking about ARTTITUDE Cosmetics, let's talk about the Ink and Roses. So mine had a mishap at the Creators and Friends event in Florida. I know. I didn't break it technically, so does that count as my bad luck? Because it wasn't me that broke it, it was the airport. I'm gonna just like put some tape over it and I'm gonna chance it until I can buy another one because it's still out of stock and I am not getting rid of this palette. It is my favorite ARTTITUDE Cosmetics palette, and I mean, look at it, it's for good reason. I told you earlier, I love purple and green, and this does it in the best freaking way. I love like the muted vibes, but then you also have the brighter vibes. This bright green is delicious. This shade, I love like these pea green shades in these palettes for the inner corner or as a blending out shade. They are so fun, but I really, really love, can you guess what I'm going to say? The shimmers. If you said the shimmers, then you are correct. I'm going to try to swatch the shade Ink, but that's the one that exploded in the palette. Let's hope I don't get any glass in my hand. Better my finger than my eye. Who's kidding? Whoop, there it is. I probably should not use this. I'll have to wait until they restock and buy another one. But it will work for these purposes for now. But do you see them? And again, with that silver goes so well in this palette that it's literally not even funny, but it's so good. This color story is truly just so beautiful, and I just love it so much. I love the gray and the greens as well. Like if you do this in the outer corner, and then, no wait, do this throughout the whole crease, do this on the inner half and in the very inner corner, and then deepen up with this. I think that would be so beautiful. You can even probably blend out the gray with this lighter green. That would be such a gorgeous look. Maybe do this on the lid. It's got that like pinky green flip. That would be really fun. I really want to try that look now, and I can't use this palette. That really sucks. Coming in at number 4, I got this one in PR, but it is the Call of the Sirens palette from Gourmand Girls. I love this palette so much. When she showed me this, I literally lost it. I was so excited. Again, with the gray and these more jewel tones, I think this is the most beautiful like mermaid theme palette I have ever seen. Dare I say, one of the most beautiful palettes I've ever seen. One of the most beautiful like jewel tone palettes as well. I love this. Again, she did the twist. She does it so freaking well. I just love this, and the twist with the gray too and the neutrals, it makes it to where you can really just take it in so many different directions. It adds so many different looks. When I look at her launches, I instantly see so many different looks just come to my mind. With her newest palette, instantly I saw so many different looks come to mind. And that's something that a lot of all of these top 10 palettes have in common. They're just all phenomenal. Do you see how sparkly that is? Elixir of Life is so good too. I thought that I had tried Frozen Kiss this year, but it wasn't. It was in December of last year. Do you see that one? Oh my god. Lorelei is so pretty. Undersea, you know, I'm a sucker for a blue. That's just like that one I swatched earlier. Do you see that one? Oh my god. Oh, it just makes me so happy. And it's not even just this. That cheek palette she released with it too. I think that is called Mermaid. Yeah, Mermaid Magic. It's phenomenal as well. I might as well show you. I love the blushes, and these highlighters are so beautiful and silky smooth and just freaking gorgeous. I really love them. The mattes though, I've always said Gourmand Girls has one of, like, do you see how rich and pigmented these are? But her mattes are so easy to blend and work with, and they last on the lid. Like, they're phenomenal. I love them so much. Truly just such a fantastic brand. Now we are down to the top 3. And coming in at number 3 is the DEDE Signature Drops of Fantasy. So I did get this one in PR as well. She is magnetic and she really stepped it up with the packaging on this one. And it made me so happy because that's been the only thing other than her palette she launched, her holiday palette. I love that Fearless Holiday. But that one I didn't mind. But I feel like she really stepped up her packaging with this one. And it looks like she has with their new one as well, which makes me really happy. But this color story is one of my, obviously, favorite color stories that I've launched this year. And I struggled with these top 3 palettes, trying to figure out which place that I wanted to put them in, because in all honesty, they all could have been #1. They're interchangeable. I love them all just as much, just as equally. This is so freaking good. I am so proud of her. This color story is so fun. At first glance, it looks like a rainbow palette, but these are not your traditional undertones, so it's not your traditional rainbow. We also have these really bright freaking colors, and they're so bright. They're so pigmented. I lost it. Like, I've loved the DEDE formula, DEDE Signature formula for quite a while, but these mattes are so good. Like, she did these vivids justice. Like, they're really good, but this color story is so good. Like the peach with these more purpley tones, and then this shade, oh my god, this shade with the peach, if you did a two-tone look, because this shade right here has both of those colors in it. That's how I like to pair my looks together, is by looking at the shimmers first, and then I pair my mattes accordingly. I just try to find a way in my mind to make them work together, because for me, shimmers will always be first and foremost, almost always, at least 99% of the time. And man, you guys, we've seen a few shades like that, like this one in this. I know there was one in the Smitten palette, although this one is a holochrome. I'm just so proud of her, truly. She did such a good job. It's just so beautiful. Obviously, it did rank as #3, and proudly so. This one shocked me. I was floored by that one. I was floored by this one too, and honestly, I shouldn't have been, because knowing who created it, she's literally the indie queen, and it's the Singe Beauty Agate Temptation. And if you don't know, this is Angelica Nikivis brand, and I love this so much. So you know, I love fall. It's my favorite time of the year, and this is giving that. But the looks that I've created with this palette are some of my favorite looks I've ever created. And not only that, but the formula in here is so good. And again, with the neon, it's, and this orange, this bright, beautiful orange, oh, let me point to the right shade, is so well placed in this palette. And then this shade is insanely good. This color story is so beautiful. I love this. The pan embossings, you can still kind of see some of them in there. They're so good. It literally looks like the slices of the stone. Angelica knows her eyeshadow formulas, and I trust that she is going to pick a good one. And my breath, took my breath away. And it's funny because we actually got these at the Creators and Friends event, because she had a dinner there, a sponsored dinner. But I saw this sitting on the table in the kitchen at the house before we went to the event, and I was like, oh, like, because someone was using it. I was like, I didn't see the Singe Beauty logo at the bottom, and I was like, oh, is Fantasy Cosmetica coming out with a new palette? That's what I thought. I never thought that it was Angelica's. And if it's a new launch, I don't want to like be nosy, you know, but that's one swatch of a matte. I accidentally went through that orange matte with this shade, but it's so pretty. Oh, that green orange flip is just so breathtaking. And I love the shade Translucent. It's really pretty too. Quartz, Fire. They're so shiny. Angelica does have hooded eyes though, so she likes the type of shimmer formula that's not like flaky, that's really smooth and silky, because she deals with the creasing and stuff. So if you have that issue, you won't find that on this formula. But because of that, I feel like they're not as really shifty and stuff as, say, like DEDE Signature is. But this is just so freaking beautiful, and I love the formula. They look so beautiful and wet on the lids, and just truly fantastic. I could not recommend it more, and the artwork is perfect. She did such a freaking good job. But with that being said, there's no way I could not put this one at number one, because as I've said many times, I am a colorful lover at heart, and I don't ever see that changing. That is why we have the Ocean Jewel from Bella Beauty Bar. This artwork, it's giving Ocean Jewel, but the color story just takes my breath away. I love it with my whole entire heart. It is so beautiful. And I just talked about it in my June ranking, but this shade, it's so inky and dark, and with these, let me tell you, this is another brand that can do a bright color. Was it Melted Matte's palette that has like the neons? Was so good. Oh my god, it's so good. I don't really care for the top two rows, but those bottom ones, I'll pay $60 for that 12 pan all day long. But this palette is so phenomenal. Love the color story. Mother of Pearl is such a beautiful hollow. I love it so much. But there are so many pretty shades in here, and my hand is all swatched out. This one too, Oyster. And I love this shade. It's one of those like toppery shades. It's so wet looking. It'd be a gorgeous highlight, and most likely, I don't know, I would have to try it because it looks like it has a clear base. There's just so many gorgeous shades in this palette. I love their bigger palettes like these, especially the more colorful ones, the grungy ones. Poison Garden, I'm talking about you. That one is such a favorite. It's not even funny. But I love this palette so much. I mean, it's so freaking perfect. When I saw it, I think we were in Croatia, and I like audibly gasped. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm not buying that palette. I bought it so fast, it's not even funny. But I just, like I said, they're one of my top favorite brands, and they know how to create a color story that just speaks to me. Like every aesthetic that I love when it comes to eyeshadow, they create, and that's why I love their launches, why I buy all of them, and I'm always in love. I mean, I just bought their neutral palette, and I'm not going to say I don't like neutrals, because I do. I just don't. I'm drawn to color most, you know, but I still bought that neutral palette because those shimmers in there, they get me every time. I cannot help myself. But you guys, that is it. This was a long video, I feel like, but if you made it all the way till the end, I really do appreciate it so much. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you bought any palettes this year, which ones were your favorite. Even if you didn't, still, which palettes have you used the most? Which ones are your top favorites? I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, especially on these palettes. If you picked any of them up, what are your thoughts? Even if you disagree, let us hear from you down below. I'm sure everyone appreciates it just as much as I do. But thank you guys again so much for being here and hanging out with me all day. It really does mean a lot. But until next time, bye.